Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, my love. Good morning, my love. Hi. Hi. Oh. Did you sleep well? Did you sleep well? Oh.
You wish to see, the time will tell who you want to be without the spell. Standing alone, you and me, broken as one into realities. We're only here on borrowed time, never prepared to lose what's mine. Is it true? How can I see you when you can't see me too? Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Forget mistakes or your regrets. No, it's not the time. Oh no, not yet.
The start of a new vlog. It is Monday, the 9th of January, and I'm going to start work. There you go. I'm going to start work. So what I like to do most mornings is to sit down and figure out like what I'm actually going to be doing. So I have my planner. I decided to get a big one this year because of my submission deadline. So I know vaguely what I want to do today, and that is to finish edits. Not really edits, it's more like additions. Finish writing a paragraph within the body of chapter 7. So I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. So I need to finish that today. It's a paragraph about leaving. And then I want to start and finish a paragraph that is going to be talking about kind of resolutions within chapter 7, and that paragraph is going to be before the conclusion paragraph. It's going to be like, I am pretty sure that paragraph is going to take me a while to do. I know those two are my priorities. With my to-do list, especially when working on something like a thesis, sometimes it's really, really good to have a to-do list that goes in detail. It's like what you want to do, you know, write 200 words, like being very specific. But also what I found, especially 4 or 5 months out from submitting, is sometimes you just got to keep it simple, because it's really easy to be overwhelmed. And most of my day is just sitting here trying to do work, either here or on campus. And we are going on campus this week, so I will take you with me. But I try and keep my to-do list quite simple, which is very different to like coursework stuff. When I was in my undergraduate and my master's, I knew what I wanted to do down to the, you know, subsection that I had to finish. But with this one, it's much more broad, because you just don't know what life's gonna hit you with, honestly. So I'm planning to do work. It's around 9:51 right now. I'm a bit late today to start. I usually like to start around 9, but honestly woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Woke up later than I anticipated. We're gonna work until around about 11:30, 12, and then I'm going to be making lunch. Mum also works from home, and Mum and I have gone into a routine where we have like eggs on toast for lunch, and then we go back to work. So I'll also most likely have a cup of tea sometime soon. Even though my day isn't very strict in terms of timelines, I try and keep up a routine, but again, it just depends. Like, this is the reality. I wish I could sit here and be like, yes, so I have my entire day planned down to the half hour. In reality, that's not how it works. I know a lot of friends of mine who also are doing this take the day moment by moment, because the monotony of being in this part of the PhD, like, I've done my data collection, I've done all that, like, now it's the editing. I've already written all of my chapters, it's just editing. It's a lot, but it is fun. It is fun in its own way, but I don't have a very strict schedule, because if I do, then I would die of stress. Does that make sense? But this week I do have a deadline for a chapter that I'm not even working on, which is super fun. I am kind of a week behind, purely because I forgot that I was going away camping with my brother and his partner. So because of that, I've kind of like effed up my schedule, because I love how I'm saying I have no schedule, but I kind of have an idea in my head per week what I want to work on. And this week was supposed to be editing chapter 3, but I'm on chapter 7. So chapter 3 was the next one. That's due this Friday, but it's fine. I am hoping that today is the last day where I work on chapter 7, and then I can work on chapter 3. Chapter 3 is my methodology chapter, and I feel like it's mostly fine, I think. I don't know. You'll find out, what you'll realize when you do this, any sort of like thesis type of work, is that you think things are done, but they're actually not. It's never ending. Anyway, I'm gonna continue doing work and I'll keep you updated. We are off for an adventure. I have to go to the chemist to pick up my medication, and then I am gonna go past our local coffee place and get us some coffee, and by us I mean my mum and I. And I'm also gonna go past Baker's Delight and get us some sourdough bread, just like legitimately errands. Okay. So mum has just told me that she's gonna come with me and she's gonna bring Hunter for a drive. So that's fun. So I'll just wait for them to come. But yeah, I'm gonna take you along with me for my day. He's angry at me because I won't play with his ball. I got a coffee. I'm very happy. Let's go do some work. This is the setup for today. If you think it's messy, valid. But I don't have the mental capacity right now to clean it. But I will on the weekend, because it's slowly driving me insane. And honestly, when your desk is clean, it's a fantastic feeling. But I'm not in the mood for that sort of stuff right now. So this is the chapter that we're working on. Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me? You can see. Oh, how fabulous is that? Okay. Hey, what's going on? I stopped vlogging yesterday. Today is Tuesday the 10th of January. It's around 11 o'clock. I went on a little rendezvous, as you know. I got my medication, got my coffee. Mum came with me with our dog Hunter. And it was a fun time all around, not gonna lie. We also had morning tea. So a lot has happened in this morning. So I woke up, I had a plan of getting up and going on the treadmill, but that did not happen purely because I had a weird sleep, so I was just incredibly tired, but I don't have to justify myself to you. It's fine. Anyway, back to PhD things. Today, I'm going to finish that resolution paragraph section thing. This chapter is becoming a bit bigger than I anticipated. It's about to reach 11,000 words, which isn't like it's still within the 10 to 12,000 words per chapter thing, so I'm not worried, but it's getting to a point where I'm just like, okay, I have to wrap this up. So what I'm hoping to do is to finish that resolution chapter and then transfer what I've done to my Google Doc. So I have my entire thesis draft on a Google Doc, and my supervisors can just like quickly access it, they can read through it, do all their little notes. So what I want to do is I want to transfer this chapter into that Google Doc as like the new version of that chapter. Why I don't work straight on the Google Doc, purely because it overwhelms me. It really does. For some reason, looking at my thesis as a full thesis, even though it's good in terms to see like the broader picture and to understand the connections that you make across the thesis, working on it as in like a full thesis document, it can get really overwhelming and it's quite distracting. So I like to put per chapter out and work on it as a chapter and then put it back in. And then over like the editing process, I then print out. So this is my first iteration of my thesis that I've printed out. So this is my full thesis. This is the first time I think I printed this earlier this year. And I read through this, making notes on this, and then the next iteration of my draft I will then like print again, bind it up, read through it again. That way I can see it as this document, like as a broad full picture thing. So that's the plan for today. If you can't tell, the coffee is hitting me. I don't drink coffee regularly, but when I do, I feel like I'm on a different plane of existence. So I think you can tell because I'm talking really fast, but my supervisors laugh at me every time I drink coffee because they can't believe that it affects me like this. But it's fun to drink it and just feel like this is why people drink coffee. It's insane. I am going to regret it later though because my anxiety is going to get really bad. That's the plan. So I'm not going to show you my work, but I'm going to update you throughout the day, I think. I'll let you know when I finish it. Change of plans. I need to drive my mother to South Melbourne because she needs to drop off stuff to a client. Like, she manages the program. It's a long story. I don't know how to discuss. I don't know if I can discuss my mum's work. Anyway, so I have to go and drive to South Melbourne, which is around about an hour from me. Yes, this is how I look like. Okay, so, and I was on such a roll as well, but this is what happens when you work from home sometimes. Things just pop up, things that you need to do. So we're gonna go and drive to South Melbourne, drop off what my mum needs to drop off. Then I think we have to go past Collingwood as well for another one of her clients. And then by the time I get home, the day will be gone. But in saying that, I'm making really good progress. I'm a sentence away from finishing the section that I've been working on for the past 2 days. And that means that I'm one step closer to like messaging my supervisor and being like, can you read through this? Am I on the right track? I'm very happy about that. I need to go right now and speak to you soon. I have no idea why, but waking up this week has been a real struggle. But it's the start of a new day and we gotta get shit done today. This is the look for today. I literally just got off the phone with one of my supervisors. I apologize if it's dark. It's randomly quite cloudy today after the utter sunshine and heat of the past few days here in Melbourne. The phone with one of my supervisors. My principal supervisor is currently on extended sick leave, so I am still very lucky that I have one of my supervisors who's technically on his annual leave, and he's still ensuring that he is available for feedback and stuff. Really good conversation. I'm feeling good. There's just a lot of like big picture conceptual things that I sometimes struggle with when I am in the bubble of ensuring that the details of a chapter are working well and flowing. So I wrote heaps of notes, very happy about that. I'm going to try and work on my methodology chapter today, so a completely different chapter than the chapter that I was working on, which was my chapter 7. This methodology chapter, I tried to start it yesterday and I literally went blank. I am struggling so hard to like inhabit the space of like writing the methodology. And this chapter, if you ask anyone, especially in kind of the I don't know, social sciences, is that what I'm in technically? Because I'm doing sociology of education. It's the methodology chapter. Sucks. It's like one of the hardest to write, which is saying something considering that like discussion chapters exist, but literally it's the hardest, even more so than the literature review. So I hate the methodology chapter. I hate the methodology chapter. Oh, and I don't even know what like I need, like if it needs anything or if it's more just editing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna edit. I'm not going to add anything necessarily or get rid of things. I'm gonna leave it. I'm just gonna edit what I think needs to be edited, but I'm gonna keep it mainly the way it is, and then I can actually receive feedback on if there is things like structurally or content wise I need to change. I think technically my deadline for this is tomorrow, but let's be honest, we're not gonna get it done by tomorrow. So that might be an issue, but it's fine. I'll work it out. I am going onto campus tomorrow, so I'll be able to have time to work. Also, shout out to my yaya, that's my grandma. She watches over me. Sometimes it is a bit strange to work in the same room as the ashes of my grandmother, but low-key, I think she enjoys it. She has really no choice, but that's the plan for today. So that's what I'm gonna do, but I'm hungry, so I might eat first. Watch me procrastinate. Watch me procrastinate. I can't help it. So change of plans. I was supposed to go on campus today and I was supposed to meet my friend for like a study writing day, but as you can tell, I don't feel very well. So I'm a bit everywhere. I woke up this morning and I was like, yeah, you know what? No. Oh my god, sorry. I was like, you know what? No. My throat's weird. Migraine. But it's now dulling a little bit to a headache. I get really bad migraines because what are they called? Like the nerves in my eyeballs are swollen. I have like pressure or something. Don't worry, like I'm okay. but I get migraines, not often anymore, but I still get them. So when I get them, they can be pretty bad. Luckily, I don't like throw up and stuff. I just have to hide because everything hurts. But I've been up since 3. So I'm kind of a zombie, but the worst of it has gone. I took Nurofen. Nurofen's the only thing that works for my migraines. I've tried Panadol, tried them both. Nurofen works so much better. And also I had a face washer like on this area, which really helps. And also, you know what really randomly helps? I tried it because I was just like in so much pain. This was would have been last year sometime. Jade roller, you know, for like to depuff. Oh my god. Around the eyes and like the forehead. It was so good. So now that's what I do. I keep it in the fridge because it actually is so helpful. But because of that and how I feel, I obviously don't look presentable because I don't feel presentable. I'm not going to do a lot of work today because honestly, being in front of a computer screen is most likely not a good idea. But I actually really do need to do work. But instead I'm going to try and do some work today, but most likely I'll only do a couple hours, not even, and have a lot of breaks because I don't want it to morph into a migraine again. So the reality of working at home or just doing a PhD is that it can be really monotonous and really difficult to find motivation, especially this close to the end. This close to the end, you kind of feel like there's no end, but at the same time, the thought of it being done is just it just feels so unrealistic. So that's what I'm feeling. I'm gonna get to work now. I don't know how much of this I'm actually gonna keep in. Honestly, I kind of want a nap, but I think that would just make everything worse. Yeah, okay. PhDs aren't glamorous. They're not.